Hello chickens! Welcome back to another video. So this is a very long awaited video because I put a Q&A box on my Instagram weeks ago. Weeks? Did a demon just fucking possess me? And I just never got around to filming it. But with my birthday money I bought myself this lovely little camera, so this will also be a trial of what the mic quality is like, what the camera quality is like. I'm not giving it the best, what would you call it, variables, because it's pitch black outside, but I've just finished work and at 6 o'clock in the UK right now it's pitch black, so I thought it's like nice and cozy with the lights. It might be really dark, I don't know, but we'll count this as like a little cozy Q&A. So grab a hot drink, grab a snack, and let me delve into your questions. Now, I did get quite a few, more than I thought, because I honestly thought no one gives a shit about me anymore, no one's going to reply to my Q&A box, but I actually got a lot of questions, so I was really happy. So what I'm going to be doing is just answering as many as I can, but prioritising the most commonly asked questions, because there are quite a few that like was asked by a lot of people. I need to stop looking at myself and look at you. So let's start off strong. So I did this on my main and on my fitness, so I'll try and do a bit from both. Can my dog not? Okay, so how do you balance a 9 to 5 with gym and hobbies? I get up at the crack of dawn. Now, this is something that a lot of people say to me, like, how do you get up at 5 AM? Like, I could never do that. I don't know how you do that. Why must my... And honestly, it's because I genuinely like getting up at 5 AM. Sounds weird, I've always been a morning person. I find I'm most productive in the mornings. The days that I give myself a little break and I lay in, I just feel so lethargic for the whole day. And don't go wrong, there are days where I do have a lie-in because my body genuinely needs it. Don't be fooled, I don't get up at 5 AM every single morning. I'd say I do it like 4 or 5 times a week. On the weekends I'm definitely not getting up at 5 AM, but it's something that I've gradually got myself into. Like, even during school I would always get up fairly early, like 6. So it's one of those things that like I've sort of implemented throughout my whole life, so it's become quite natural to me. And if it is something that you're looking to do, like getting up earlier, I suggest just doing it bit by bit. Say if you currently get up at 7:30, just set that back 15 minutes, so get up at 7:15 for a week. After you've done that for a week, set your alarm for 7, do that for a week, until you get back to the desired time that you want to get up at. If you go from getting up at 7:30 to getting up at 5, of course you are going to struggle, you're going to feel super tired, and your body will just go into shock because it's like, why are we getting up at the crack of dawn? So honestly, that's how I manage to balance the gym and stuff like that, because if I get up at 5 AM, I have 4.5 hours to kill before I even start work at 9:30. So it gives me time to go to the gym, to come back, to get myself a proper good breakfast, like shower, you know, all of that good stuff. And then I finish work at 6 o'clock. So like hobbies and stuff, like Sid and I like to go rock climbing and play squash, and I'll see my friends. So if I have the energy or, you know, the free time, then I will spend time with them of an evening. But it is important to listen to your social battery, and like if some nights you just really don't want to go out, don't go out. Like, it's fine to not have 1,000,001 hobbies and things that you're doing. Like, it may look like I've got loads of hobbies on social media, but honestly 5 nights out of the week I probably sit at home gaming. Like, you just see like the highlights. I was something in my eye. How do you stay motivated for the gym? I just started going. So gym motivation, honestly, I'm going to be so real when I say this. You cannot rely on motivation to get yourself to the gym. Motivation comes in fluctuations, like one day you might have loads of it, the next day you have none of it. And especially along a fitness journey, you'll go through long periods of time where like you have no motivation. I'm currently coming out of one of those ruts, and since like July I have had no motivation, and I have unfortunately given in to that lack of motivation sometimes and literally just not gone to the gym for a whole week. But this is where discipline comes in. Now, discipline is the most important part of all of this. Like, within your fitness journey, if you want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to become this person that you aspire to be, motivation is not going to get you there, discipline is. Those days where you're feeling like, oh, I just can't be bothered, it doesn't matter. Get yourself to the gym, get yourself to those classes, get yourself studying, like whatever your goals may be. It might not be gym related. You just have to switch off that voice and just do it. And 9 times out of 10, once you've done said thing that you really didn't want to do, you will feel so much better after. Like, there's been so many times I couldn't think of anything worse than going to the gym, but I told myself, right, just go there and go for 5 minutes, and if you're still hating it, then we'll go home. And majority of the time, I get 5 minutes in and I'm like, well, I'm here now, so I may as well do my full workout. It's the dedication and the discipline that will keep you consistently going to the gym. And once you've found a good routine that works for you and that like you genuinely enjoy, if you're doing exercises or gym workouts that you absolutely hate, then there's no point. You don't have to be following set things to achieve your goals. You need to find an exercise and a workout plan that excites you and that you enjoy, so that it gives you that little bit more motivation to go, because you know that you'll enjoy it. If it's something you're going to dread, then of course you're not going to want to go and do it. So find a form of exercise that you genuinely enjoy doing and just show up for yourself. And obviously there are going to be days where like you are physically exhausted and it's not even the lack of motivation, you just genuinely can't go because you're that tired, and those days you must listen to your body and give yourself a rest. But 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, you can do it, you just don't want to, so you need to prove yourself wrong if you want to become this best version of yourself. Now, of course, although I've moved on to like the lifestyle fitness side of social media, and that's really what I aspire to stay with, and you know, that's what I want my content to be focused around, like self-help, gym, lifestyle. Of course I've still got the shifting questions, and that's totally fine, because that's why the majority of you followed me in the first place. So I can totally understand why people still want that content and still ask after that content. So do I still shift? No, I do not. I stopped shifting a while ago now. And then a lot of people also ask why I stopped shifting. It's honestly because it ruined my mental health, like real bad. And it's one of those things that I just personally don't feel like it aligns with me anymore. That's not to say I regret it, or it's not to say that like I've completely forgotten about that whole point of my life and all of the things it brought to me and how much it meant to me, because I haven't. It's one of those things that I'm cherishing, and I will keep a hold of all those amazing moments and memories. But I am now at a point in my life where I'm so much happier in my current life, in my current reality, that I don't feel like I need that. I found escaping to a DR and like doing all of that made me so depressed in my current reality that it just wasn't worth the pain and the depression. And now that I'm so happy, I would not want to ruin the point I've got myself to with my mental health now. And again, that's not to say that anyone and everyone that shifts will experience that. We all have different experiences. And if you're still wanting to shift and you feel like, oh, there's no point because if Cass stopped because of her mental health, I don't want to get to that point. You might not. There was various different things that ruined it and, you know, made it hard for me. So I'm sorry, I don't shift anymore. Will they ever shift again? Very high chance that will never happen, but who knows? I guess the door is never closed, but like it's not something on my radar for now at all. I would still love to post Harry Potter content, but if I ever do go back to posting like POVs and stuff like that, it will never be from my own personal experiences or about shifting, because it's just something that I kind of want to veer away from now because I just don't feel like it aligns with me anymore. Do you and Sid plan to move in together soon? We really want to, yes, but we just don't have the financial stability for it yet, unfortunately. Living at the flat was so expensive, and especially for the flat we were living in. It was a tiny little 1-bedroom. Our kitchen section didn't even have a cutlery drawer. Like, it was not good. So we moved back home. We both moved back home with our families. I think quite a lot of people get confused about the living situation and where Myrtle is. So basically, I technically live at Sid's family house. I sleep there every night. Myrtle's there. Myrtle cannot come to my parents' house because my parents have 2 cats and they don't get along. So Myrtle lives at Sid's. I essentially live at Sid's. But this house, this is my parents' house. I come here to work every day because being cooped up in the same spot all day every day would drive me insane. So it's quite nice for me because I'll drive from Sid's to my parents' house every single morning and do my work here. It's almost like commuting to my job, even though I work from home. And then I drive back to his every evening. So I live between 2 houses, but like, I just work at my family house, if that makes any sense. What keeps you going / helps you most on the days where you feel like you can't bother to do anything? Honestly, it's just telling myself, get up, go and see how you feel. Sort of like what I mentioned earlier with the motivation thing. I can get myself so lost in doom scrolling to the point where I'm scrolling through my phone, but I'm not acknowledging anything that I'm watching, and I'm sitting there thinking like, I hate this, I want to get up, I hate this, but I will continue and hours will pass, and it's horrific. It's a horrible feeling. So what you've got to do is, honestly, you can't even think about it. It's like the 3-second rule. You tell yourself, right, 3, 2, 1, just get up, go and do something, go outside. Fresh air is so important. Even if you sit outside in your back garden for 5 minutes and just breathe some fresh air, sounds so stupid and it sounds pointless, but I promise you, your head will feel so much clearer, and then you might feel like, okay, I feel like I can go and do something with my day, go and grab a coffee, go for a walk, like whatever it may be that you want to do, you just need to get up and start it, because sitting there thinking about it is the worst part. Like, the thought of getting up and going out, the thought of getting out of your comfy bed is the worst part, but once you're out and once you're up and once you're doing something, you realise how much more you're enjoying life than when you were laying in bed doom scrolling, literally just feeling depressed. How do you motivate yourself to eat healthy so often? Honestly, I'm quite lucky in the sense of like, I enjoy healthy food, like I really do, but I also love cooking, so I don't make my healthy food boring. Like, the majority of things I eat have flavour, they have many different ingredients. Like, I think the key to eating healthy is make it exciting. You don't need to be having chicken, rice and broccoli every night. Like, that's dead. That's so boring. Like, there's so many more healthy options out there. I should really I started a series on my fitness account and then just sort of gave up on it, of like healthy dinner ideas, healthy lunch ideas. I need to start bringing that back because I do get a lot of questions about like how I stay on track with healthy eating, and it is honestly because I make sure it's flavourful, it's yummy, it's food that I enjoy. I will never ever force myself to eat stuff I don't want to eat just because it's lower calorie, just because it's healthy, because that's stupid. Like, you need to be enjoying the things that you're consuming, otherwise you will never stay consistent and you will just fall off because it's not enjoyable. But also on top of that, I always make sure to treat myself and give in to my cravings when I want to, and I feel like a lot of people struggle to stay on track when being healthy because they'll just cut out everything what they would deem as unhealthy. And in my opinion, no food is unhealthy in moderation, but people will cut out like all processed foods and go full 100% healthy, whole foods, like single ingredient things, and then it's not sustainable because you're not giving your body its cravings, and therefore you'd end up falling off, binging, etc. So I sort of live by the 80-20 rule. I eat majority, so 80% healthy, whole foods, and then I also have that 20% where I treat myself. Like, if I want a cookie, I will have a cookie. If I want, I don't know, Sid and I, if we want to order a pizza, I will never say no to a pizza, because those things my life would be miserable without those things. And it's giving into those things and letting myself have them which stops me from binging on loads of it later down the line. Have you ever struggled with eating, and what has helped you overcome that? Yes, I've had struggled with an eating disorder since I was about 13, anorexia, and honestly it's one of those things where it is going to be a constant battle for the rest of my life, and I was told that, like, it's not a curable thing, it's just something that you learn to live with. And I think one of the main things that helped me was striving to be strong. Like, when I was at my weakest, realised, obviously I didn't have a period, I was losing my hair, my nails were weak, I was constantly cold, I'd sit down and I'd feel bruised on my bum because I'd have no fat to cover my, like, bones. And it's times like that where I realise, like, I'm literally killing myself, and for what? To be skinny? It's not worth it. And as soon as you shift your mindset to becoming the strongest version of yourself instead of the skinniest version of yourself, is when I really started to get better. And of course I still struggle with the thoughts, I still struggle with body image, as everyone does, but I would much rather have a healthy body that I know can carry a child, can bring up a family, that can walk me up the stairs, you know, that can lift my shopping bags from my car to my house. I would much rather be that than be at the point that I was, and I think that's something that you really need to remind yourself. Like, food and fuel is here to keep you alive, it's to keep you going day to day, it's not the enemy, it's not something that we should be restricting or should be afraid of, it's empowering. Like, the more you fuel yourself, the stronger you get, the more that you can do, the better experiences you have. I'm way more focused now. I mean, I could barely hang out with friends when I was at my lowest because I could not hold a conversation. My attention span was horrific. So honestly, I think the way I overcame it was just realising how sad I was and how shit my life had become, all because I was living my life based around calories, and it's really such a horrible way to live, and I would not wish an eating disorder upon my worst enemy. But yeah, strive for strong, not skinny. How is Myrtle doing? She's doing great. So many people have asked. I've got like 5 questions in a row about Myrtle. She's doing great. She's a menace, as always. Doesn't shut up. A lot of people ask why her name is Myrtle. It's because on the car ride home when I brought her, all she did was scream. So obviously being a Harry Potter fan, I was like, oh, she sounds like Moaning Myrtle. So I called her Myrtle, and I thought it was a kitten thing, and I thought, oh, she's gonna outgrow the moaning and the screaming. Nope, she's such a talkative cat, but I love it. I would not have it any other way. Would love to see a tattoo tour on your YouTube, explaining the designs. Are you planning on getting any more tattoos? Okay, so tattoos, I am definitely planning on getting more. I mean, I want to be covered head to toe eventually, but it's expensive, so yeah, we ain't got there yet. But I've got one idea for what I want to get booked in next time I have money, which is a Jinx tattoo from Arcane. If you haven't watched Arcane, get on Arcane. It's the best series ever. If you play League of Legends, then it will mean even more to you because it's based on that. But regardless, anyways, tattoo tour. Let me take my top off. Let me strip up in this bitch. Okay, so we have the little Slytherin snake here. This was my first tattoo I got when I was 18, and that literally is because I'm a Slytherin. That was the reason I got that. Then I've got this little penguin here, which I got for my dad for Father's Day. So I paid for both of ours as a Father's Day present because there's like an inside joke about penguins. So I got a baby penguin, he got a daddy penguin. So when we go like that, they're looking at each other. It's very cute. Jack Skellington, you'll see a Tim Burton theme throughout my tattoos, but Jack Skellington because I love Tim Burton, I love Night Before Christmas. Scream, face in a knife because I love horror films, especially Scream. Sparky the dog, that is another Tim Burton character from Frankenweenie. Why am I so out of breath? It's because I yap so much. Balloon animal, everyone thinks, well, balloon dog, everyone thinks this is just a random choice, like, oh, cute, a balloon animal, but it's actually a Melanie Martinez tattoo. So she has this, but she's got hers in blue. And when I still am a diehard Melanie fan, but when I was really in my Melanie era, I got this to show how much I loved her. Anyways, poison apple from Snow White, just because I thought it was edgy and cool. Poison bottle, again, because I just think I'm that bitch. Do I have any more on this one? No. I've got my crusty, musty, dusty elbows though. I've got a spider on my hand. Again, a common theme that I try to integrate throughout my tattoos to spice them up is hearts. I love hearts. So I've got a spider with a little heart on its bum. Again, there is not a lot of reasoning behind any of my tattoos really. I just get things that I think look cool. I don't deep tattoos at all. It's like a form of expression for me. Like, you know, I just think they're cool. I have a Tim Burton cat on the front of my arm, and then on my wrist I have a little bat, and then this little moon, can you see that? Me and my friends got in Amsterdam as matching tattoos, so I got a moon, Cara got a sun, and Ella got stars. I've got a little ghosty, again no reason, just thought it was cute. I've got a scorpion here, which is because I'm a Scorpio. Harry Potter sorting hat, of course, because I'm a diehard Harry Potter fan. I've got 2 playing cards. Look at the biceps, they're non-existent. 2 playing cards here, again with a subtle heart theme. And these add up to 13 because it's an unlucky number, and I don't know, I think I'm cool. Oh, I have one on the back. I've got 2 on the back. I've missed 2. A heart spider web with a little spider, and then on the back I have the 3 trick-or-treaters from Nightmare Before Christmas. And then on my chest I have dragon from Harry Potter on this shoulder, and then I've got 111 here because that's my angel number, and I've got a nice little abstract butterfly here. I've got chaos written here. I don't know why. I'm a chaotic person, what can I say? Onto my legs. Let me get some shorts on because I don't know how I'm going to show you this without flashing you. Okay, we have shorts on now. So, on my legs I have Edward Scissorhands. Here, this is my newest one. I don't know if you can see that properly. It's Itachi and Sasuke from Naruto. This is a proper crotch shot. Sasuke and Itachi from Naruto. And then on my shin down here I have Emily from Corpse Bride. And then on this leg I have a barbed wire heart and Wednesday Addams on this leg. And a lot of people ask, oh, did I get that because of the Jenna Ortega series? But I haven't actually seen that. I am an Addams Family die-hard fan, and I watched the first 2 episodes and I just didn't vibe with it that much because it was so different to the original Addams Family in my opinion. But yeah, I got that about a year or so before that series came out. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that must be it. I've got a little alien on my ankle, but that's a stick and poke, so that doesn't count in my opinion. You're just going to have to ignore my dog barking. Favourite coffee order, I get a oat flat white. Well, actually, depends on where I'm going. If I can see that their flat white sizes are a bit larger than I like, I'll get a cortado. Basically, a cortado is a flat white with less milk. It's just a stronger coffee. Still 2 shots. So I'll get either an oat cortado or an oat flat white with an extra shot. So triple shot. Honestly, my favourite thing. And not a lot of people like it. A lot of people taste my coffee and they're like, that is gross. I just really love the taste of coffee. So if you don't love the taste of coffee, do not listen to my order. I train legs 2 to 3 times a week. My boyfriend's saying that's too much. Is too much a thing? That's honestly down to you. as a person, if you're completing, 2 is definitely not too much in my opinion, but 3 may be pushing it if you're still sore. So say if you're getting to your 3rd leg workout of the week and you've still got really bad DOMs. DOMs are basically like, so if your muscles are still really sore and really hurting, you shouldn't be then reworking those muscles again because you haven't given them time to heal yet. So that extra workout won't really be doing anything apart from risking, like, putting yourself in risk to have an injury, if that makes sense. So it's only too much if you're not giving yourself adequate rest between. If you're doing those like back to back, then yes, too much. But if you're giving yourself breaks in between, as in like one's on Monday, one's on Thursday, one's on Saturday, I don't know, giving yourself a good time split between them, I don't see an issue with it. But it is entirely how you're feeling, and if you feel sore after it, then I wouldn't train legs an extra time that week. How do you cope with your routine being messed up? Because for me, if I can't do everything exactly how I've planned, I get too stressed to do any of it at all, and I have no idea why. I so get you on that. And one of the things I have to try and remind myself is one bad thing doesn't mean the whole day is ruined, and that's something that I used to struggle with a lot. Like, I have OCD, so in my head, if one thing in my routine goes wrong, I'm gonna die, everyone's gonna die, everything's gonna go wrong. But I can promise you right now that is not true. And if you tap in and give in to the fact that one thing's gone wrong, then inevitably your day will be bad because you will be looking for things to go wrong. You will not be trying to make the day better. What I try and tell myself is that things can only go up from here. So say I wanted to get up at 6, I slept through my alarm, it's now 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God, my whole morning is messed up, my whole routine is messed up. It's not. You just start from 8 o'clock and you go on with your day as is. You still do everything else that you have planned, you just rework the timings. It takes practice and it takes a lot to get to that point, but the more that you do it and the more you push yourself in those uncomfortable situations, the easier it will become, I promise you. And then you'll get to those points where you'll have a slip up in your routine, and eventually the more that you push yourself in those times, the less uncomfortable you will feel when something does go wrong. And it is so difficult, and I'm not saying that it's not, but it's something where you have to really be like, give yourself tough love and be like, look, I know that we're behind schedule, I know things haven't gone the way I planned, but that doesn't mean the whole day has to be ruined. Pick yourself back up, rework your timings, rework your day to make sure that you're still fitting in everything that you wanted to fit in, and get on with it. The more you sit and wallow in the fact that like you've failed or missed something, the worse you will feel. The quicker you snap into just getting on with it and doing as much as you can do with the time that you now have, you will feel so much better than just like wallowing in self-pity. I still have a lot of questions. Majority of them is how I stay motivated and how I get up early. And I touched on that at the beginning. I feel like I gave a really shit answer at the beginning because I find it hard to, like, being able to tell people, like, this is how you stay motivated. It's so different because motivation is, 1, different for everyone, and 2, it's not something that you're always going to have, like I said. Like, it really is down to discipline. And I think my main, like, because I rambled so much at the beginning, like, a really quick short answer is, like, to stay motivated is to build a routine that you love. I love my morning routine. That's how I get up so early. Like I said, I've always got up early, but I also love getting up early. And the reason I love getting up early is because I do things in the morning that I love doing, e.g. getting my morning coffee. When I tell you that it's one of the main things that gets me out of bed, cooking and having a nice breakfast that I enjoy, making sure I'm doing a workout at the gym that excites me, that I like to do, like a fitness class, like spin class. I love my spin classes. So on Friday mornings, I'm up and out of bed like this. Pilates, like, make and build the perfect morning routine that doesn't make it feel like a chore to get out of bed. Is that an English sentence? Does that make sense? But yeah, build the perfect morning routine, and that may not be the same things that I do. It may be getting up to read another chapter of your book, maybe getting up to do a drawing, go for a morning walk, I don't know, it might not even be things like that. It might be something indoors, like getting up to bake something, to make a nice breakfast, to watch a YouTube video that you saw got uploaded last night but you were too tired to watch it. Like, build a set routine, and the more that you stick to that and the more days that go by that you consistently do that over and over again, it will just become habit to get up, go to the gym, go and do these things. It won't be so much like, oh my god, how do you do that? Because it will just become your life. Like, that's why I think I find it so hard to give motivation advice, because my morning routine is just habit now. Like, I do it without thinking about it. It's like clockwork. Okay, I think I have rambled on enough. A lot of the questions were sort of the same thing reworded. So I hope that has answered what you guys wanted to hear. I'd love to, now I've got this camera, I'm bribing myself into trying to post weekly, which I say all the time that I want to do, but I never have storage on my phone, which is why I always gave up. But now I've got a camera, I'm really dedicated to doing so. So I would really love to start like a self-help series of like exiting your lazy era, or like 5 morning habits to improve your life, like all these things that I've learned over the years in my like fitness and wellness self-help journey that I would love to share with you guys in more depth. So if that's something that you guys would like, then please let me know, because if not, I won't bother doing it. But yeah, if there's anything that you would like to see from me, let me know, because I am a bit of a loss with what to post on YouTube. Transitioning from Harry Potter to like lifestyle and fitness, I just struggle with knowing what to post, because I just don't want to put things out there that no one's going to enjoy. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all your questions, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.